Hi Pisces, here's a general look at your solar chart for May 2013. I just want to look at the eclipses first. There's going to be two in May. There's a solar eclipse on May the 10th, visible in the southern hemisphere, and that's going to be in the fixed signs. It's going to happen in Taurus, but it'll affect Scorpio, Leo and Aquarius. And then there's going to be a lunar eclipse with a lesser effect on the 25th, and that's going to be affecting one of your fellow mutable signs, your mutable sign. So it's happening in Sagittarius, so it'll be affecting Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo and you Pisces the most, but it'll be affecting all of the signs. And even though we won't be able to see it in the northern hemisphere, but you guys in the southern hemisphere can if you've got a clear sky, then we're still going to feel the effects of it. The strongest effects will be on the lunar eclipse, will be those of you born late February, early March. That's the lunar eclipse, and then the solar eclipse, that'll be that one's not so important for you. But if you've got an important point or rising sign or a moon sign that you know in a fixed sign, then it could be affecting in and around 11 to 27 degrees, sort of at the maximum, the most. But having said that, it will be affecting all of the signs. So the lunar eclipse from here, where I'm doing solar astrology, seems to be the most pertinent at the moment. And for you, it's in as it's in Sagittarius, then it's in at the top of your chart, and it's in therefore an area which you are thinking about, you know, career stuff. Where do you go from here on, you know, certain issues, what your goals are, what your targets are, what the master plan is about. And also maybe authority figures or people who you have to either get on side or get around in some way or another. But because the eclipse energy is the energy purely of change and maybe of flagging up certain things, then it allows you, it's like a sort of it's like a kind of capsule of change, and you can decide how you're going to use that change energy. Just be a little bit careful about making major decisions on the day of the eclipse, or maybe the day after as well, because there's a kind of interconnection going on with Neptune, which might make you very unrealistic or not be able to see the wood for the trees, or the situation is just a bit confusing. So be careful about that. And then on the 27th, Jupiter and Mercury are close together, which is actually, in theory, a really, really nice aspect. Can sort of widen your territory in some way or another, or you know, give rise to fruitful conversations with those in your family, or those kind of in your neighborhood or in your tribe, and make you feel a little bit more buoyant there. Right, so until the 21st, the Sun is in a very sociable, chatty, communications orientated area, and I say it can be sociable and chatty, but it's definitely communications orientated. So that'll be you very much in your head and in your left brain, corresponding, working stuff out logically, mentally, maybe accelerating mental processes, probably running around more, even if it's just in your head, or maybe you're just coming and going more, getting your head around stuff. Education is highlighted here, but also media, sort of negotiation type situations, and of course anything to do with information technology is very strongly highlighted. And then from the 21st, the focus will probably be more in and around the base of operations. That's where your head will start to go, but also your attention, and it'll be connecting in with neighborhood, community. Yes, you can be at home, or if you're not at home, it's still to do with a locality. So getting out and about, maybe more in the locality, but also feeling just a little bit more sensitive, more kind of introspective, because this is quite an emotional area. and your gaze will tend to be more inward, and you're kind of aware of your inner processing about what's going on around you maybe. And you could be pondering things more deeply too, and that could be connected to property or family. It can be connected to your place on the map or a space inside or outside. So there's various ways. Now, until 16th, Mercury continues in that very outgoing, communications orientated sector of your solar chart, and increases communications of all kinds: paperwork, correspondence, speaking, writing, other forms of self-expression, creative self-expression, and then from the you'll be learning new stuff, and giving of your knowledge as well, putting the word out there maybe as well. That's a possibility. And then from the 16th, Mercury moves into this more inward looking area, connecting in with family or extended family, tribe, community, conversations and paperwork may be centered around a property or a space, or a family member, you mulling things over a bit more, you kind of taking things deeper inside of you, more connecting in with, there could be a parental influence, more connecting in with, you know, the past or a tradition of some kind. So kind of a mentally busy time. It can work out in various ways how this manifests, but sort of mentally busier time inwardly, but maybe it's just in the home or wherever you are located on the map, or from the home, in fact. But feelings, as I say, can be nearer the surface. And then from the 31st, Mercury moves to stay for a very long time in quite a fun, playful area of your solar chart. I say that because it connects in with leisure activities, hobbies, creative pursuits, doing things in a way where you can be self-expressive, you can feel satisfied and rewarded in some way. Others seem to appreciate you more as well, which is always good. Conversations are happening maybe more with young people, or there's a younger vibe around, and you are able to be more articulate when selling or promoting something as well. And as I say, Mercury's in there for a very long time, and at some stages will be retrograding as well. Until the 10th, Venus is in your communications sector, and it tends to make what you're hearing more appealing somehow, or attractive, or exotic, or just beautiful. Seeing and hearing and experiencing around you. It also tends to bestow sort of fluency to your self-expression as well, Pisces, and you're more likely to feel in a supportive or balanced frame of mind, also feeling, you know, the words of support or encouragement coming from others. You could have more access to the arts or entertaining type environments where people are kind of enjoying themselves, and you can also do well at settling a feud or negotiating, buying, selling, promoting, etc. And you could just be very persuasive with Venus there, but also creatively self-expressive with Venus there. It seems to sort of lend itself to that. And then from the 10th, Venus moves and then beams this very friendly ray of warm light into the root of your chart, balancing things out there to do with family, home, a space, inside, outside, helping you to appreciate it more. You're liking, you know, what you have, or you're seeing how you can make the most of the assets that you've got around you, you know, physically, but also in other ways as well, through family or through neighborhood. Maybe feeling a bit nostalgic, maybe harking back to the past. That's always a chance, but the great balance of Venus is in this area. Also, for some of you, it can bode well for a property deal of some kind, or just making the most of the property you have. And also it might mean that you are really enjoying, you know, the sort of the ebb and flow of neighborhood, community, family around you. And then until the 31st, Mars is in your solar communications sector, in this very chatty, as I say, area, but it's a very strong communications orientated area, meaning that there might be a lot more on the desk to deal with, or maybe more meeting, greeting, mixing, mingling, working stuff out, thinking things through, and then you feeling like Mars needs you to initiate, Mars needs you to make a decision and take a lead on something. So as long as you're not hasty, then Mars in this area here can help you to feel more confident about making certain decisions or heading off in certain various directions, and defining certain objectives, and also getting your head around things, learning stuff, and using a lot of mental energy. Whatever you're doing, you'll probably be using more mental energy, but be careful, because this position of Mars can make you feel a bit scattered or nervy, overstretched at times. So if it's going like that with you, then definitely make spaces for yourself, engineer time for chill out time. And also for, you know, just like listening to music or whatever, and meditation, of course. And but with Mars here, it's great to get stuff off your chest. Mars can be a little bit over assertive sometimes. Mars likes to be assertive, but can come through actually as being a bit snappy or aggressive. So others might not like that. You could just react quicker maybe, and not engage brain before mouth. That's the possibility with Mars here. It's better for you to keep lines of communications open, and Venus there, you know, balancing is helping to balance things out. Well, she is there actually until the and yeah, she's there until the 10th. Then she moves out of there. And then from the 31st, Mars is at the root of your chart, meaning that you could be busier than usual in and around a base of operations. That's where the Sun has been and will have left on the 21st. So DIYing, home improvements, or just moving around more within a community, within a location, being physically active, or maybe it's centered around a property of some kind, of property exchange, or some kind of temporary property situation. It can also be to do with family members demanding more energy, you know, because of them you've got to be more energetic or decisive or enthusiastic or you know, just motivated or motivating to them. So there can be tension sometimes with Mars here. You can trip over some old sort of big baggage, or the skeletons in the closet can start to rattle. So just forewarned is forearmed. Best to tie up loose ends and move on. Jupiter is in your home area, highlighting expansion related to your place on the map. Got another month to run in this area, been there since last June, and helping you to learn and grow through a community, through a neighborhood, through maybe a place on the map over these many months, and also through family affairs. And you could do well with a property exchange under this transit as well, Pisces. And you Pisceans born 6th to 15th of March, or with 16 to 25 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most this month. Saturn began its long transit of Scorpio back in October 2012 and has got just under 2 years left there now, and it's in a very good angle to your sun sign, meaning that your perseverance will be rewarded through educational activities, beating the drum on something, putting the word out there, teaching, but also as the student, as the pupil, just plugging away there, just plugging away. And you along the way are gradually integrating a new understanding of whatever it is, language or concepts, and maybe even a new system of thinking, but definitely developing, you know, new pathways carving out in your mind, and you maybe being the guide or the mentor for others in a reliable, sort of consistent, steady as you go kind of a way. But this area here, nothing happens fast in this area here. Some of you may have had to look into the legal side of things as well, with Saturn going through this area here. And be consistent, be patient. It'll be gradual, like chipping a shape out of a stone. And you Pisceans born between 23rd, 27th of February, or with 5 to 9 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most this month. Now the planets Uranus, Neptune and Pluto, you can have a look and see how they might be influencing your sign, or which part of your sign they're influencing at the moment. If you go to my website, it's written up there. And that's it for May. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to the forecast for those, because it'll give a different angle on what I've said here. And I'll see you the next time.